Is this a plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2024 CR 011160, State of Texas versus Juan Pettis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Scott Sullivan from Mr. Pettis.
And are you Mr. Pettis?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did.
Are there any applications in this case?
No, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Pettis, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, waiving counts 1 and 3.
Any objections?
No objections.
Mr. Pettis, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And state, are you proceeding on the habitual offender allegation?
No, Your Honor, waiving the habitual offender enhancement allegation.
Any objection to the waiver?
No objections.
And count 2, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. There are no applications. And the the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the prison. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we watched the video together last night. He understands all the evidence. He understands that this is the best result for him.
All right. Then as previously stated, the court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. I'll request the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but maybe it can help with whatever issues you have with drug addiction. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be no contact with Julie Trujillo, Trujillo. And with regards to the case out of Florida,
He's got to go after he's done, he'll have to go then.
all right, and I'll add it's concurrent with Florida cases. All right, anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the deal. You're gonna have to make a decision in your life. Like, do you want to spend the rest of your life in prison? Or do you want to be in the free world? And this person who I ordered you to have no contact with, if that's a person you love, you cannot be bringing this into their life, because I will tell you, as a former defense attorney and prosecutor, it is very rare for the male to step up and say, it's mine, it's not hers. And your counsel will tell you when it comes to drug possession, if it's within the vicinity, the police will arrest everybody. And they'll say, it's your drugs, it's your drugs. Whether you say it's mine, they're gonna say it's in the vicinity. Because it has to do with the legal definition of care, custody, and control. You understand? All right, when you're released from prison, if you need help finding a place to help you with your drug addictions or whatever problems you have, if I'm still on the bench, you can come back and I'll help you out, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anel Soto Figueroa.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're scheduled for jury trial. No gum chewing. I would love to be chewing some gum right now. The zebra stripe gum. I know that's showing my
Oh, yes.
age, but
Taking it back, yes, Your Honor.
all right, so we're going to jury trial.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, you're gonna come back. State, are you all ready to proceed on jury trial for this today, or you want to come back tomorrow?
I'm sorry, yes, yes.
Your question was directed to the state, correct?
Yeah, the state and everybody else. If you all want
We're
to
ready to
jury.
proceed.
We're ready to proceed, Your Honor. I mean, I believe tomorrow was what we're prepared to proceed on.
All right, so we're gonna come back tomorrow for jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll
All
be
right.
here.
Thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Please make sure an acknowledgement of discovery has been done.
Yes, Your Honor.
Norma, this is, no. Deborah, we're going on lunch break. So Norma, this is to come back tomorrow for a jury trial, 9 a.m. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you then. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. What page is she on, Deputy Laura? All right, Carlos Benavidez.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, is he out here?
He's here.
Oh, come forward. All right, and that is the third or fourth time that person has been coughing, and it's not your normal allergy cough. So do we have an extra mask for this gentleman here?
We have that.
All right, if we could get him the mask, the flu and COVID is running rapid. It may not be of help to us, but then again, maybe it will be.
Flu vaccine and then got the flu. So.
Oh, counsel, you on this side. I will tell you, the first time I took the flu vaccination, because I really don't take a lot of medicine, I was extremely ill. But then the second time I took it, my mom was like, take the vaccination. I'm like, okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
Mr. Benavidez has a pending felon in possession case that has not been indicted, going on like 5 months now. But he does have a case that's been indicted. We're going to plead it out, I would assume. But the state hasn't indicted the other case and they want to indict it.
All right, so do you have anything on the felon in possession charge?
A warrant and a mag packet and an IDR. And if I remember correctly, that's all.
That's all?
That's all.
And this has been out there since when?
Since his initial arrest, 5 months. 5 months.
All right.
And
so-
the other case was same day. So I don't know why one got indicted and the other one didn't.
All right, so this is what I am going to do. Counsel, are you available to come back this week?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to recall this back on Thursday. That should give the state plenty of time to see what's happening with the felon in possession. All right, Norma, on Benavidez, if you recall this for February 13th, and state if you'll make sure to have some information on what your plans are with that other case.
Yes, sir.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back.
Thank you.
You're
Judge,
welcome.
can I be back at 1:30 on that day? My morning is really, I'm in Comal
Yes.
County.
Ms. Ferguson, if you put him down for 1:30, but here's the thing, we'll probably be in jury trial. So you need to be here exactly at
I'll be here at
1:30.
1:30.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Lindsey Hernandez, and then after Lindsey Hernandez, it'll be Johnny De La Rosa. All right, we have a violation report.
Yes, sir.
State, have you had a chance to review the violation report on Lindsey Hernandez? So how are you doing?
I'm good, miss.
All right, what have you been up to? How's life been treating you?
Just trying to make it and just still going to like the appointments for mental health, and I have an appointment with Social Security in 2 days. And I'm on the list for housing. Pretty much that's about it.
Okay. All right, that's good. I'm glad you're on the list for housing. So do you have a safe place to stay though?
For the meantime, I'm still like back and forth with my mom and whatnot. I haven't went to Haven for help, but that was just the option.
All right, why are you back and forth with your mom?
She works and stuff like that. I still haven't gained her trust, I guess.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
All right.
I'm working on it.
Well, one of the ways to regain her trust is not to be back and forth. I know that sometimes, and I've had clients before where their parents said they can stay with me, but I can't have them in the home by themselves.
Yeah,
And so I would always tell my client, your trust right now with your family is less than zero. You have to build that back up. So just live with the fact that if they're not in the home, you can't be in the home,
yes, ma'am.
but don't do the back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Here's the issue. The issue is they're saying that you tested positive for meth and they want you in lifetime recovery. And they're saying that you declined.
No, ma'am. I showed up to the appointment. I'm not sure, she hasn't called me. I did leave her a message.
Well, no, it says here, please be advised, the defendant reported for intake with lifetime recovery on January 16, 2025 and met TDI an ASAM level 3.5 placement for treatment services. However, the defendant declined detox during interview.
Detox.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she told me that she was gonna put me like to see if I could go to the inpatient or the outpatient. That was the last that I know.
Let me ask you this.
I don't
This is
think-
where trust comes in.
Okay,
We're not on the record. This is pretrial services. This is me setting conditions so you can be successful.
yes,
If I drug test you today,
yes.
do you want that?
If you.
Is it gonna be clean?
No,
See, and that's the problem with this. They're saying it's not clean. And that's the problem with your mom. And
yeah,
that's why she doesn't have the trust in you.
yes.
so-
I'm sorry.
You need to be at lifetime recovery
Yes, ma'am.
and you need to be in their inpatient program.
I'm willing to go.
All right, you, counsel.
It's my understanding, Judge, as per my client, and I have no reason to think otherwise. She's always been wholeheartedly honest that she did the inpatient one and she was trying to follow up to see the next steps. And she has yet to make that connection to get into the next phase to do potentially inpatient.
All right, we're gonna get you connected. Let's get her connected today.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I can call Lifetime.
All right, if we'll call Lifetime, you're gonna remain in court. He's gonna call Lifetime Recovery.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, and Renee, whenever you're ready on your client.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Yes, if you may approach.
Sure. I didn't know you're all ready.
Oh, yes, Judge, no problem. I figured you doing notes and things of that nature from that, please.
All right, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes. So Judge, in reference to the questions that the court had, we did reach out to Lifetime Recovery. We're able to speak with the individual in the admissions office. And they stated that the proper procedure is for Ms. Hernandez to first enter detox.
Mhm.
And then from there, they'll be able to determine if she's outpatient, inpatient, or for different entities better suited to address her needs, Judge. It seems like at her previous meeting with the Lifetime Recovery, that she was a little confused as to the detox procedure. I don't know how well it was explained to her. However, in speaking about the detox program, which Center for Healthcare Services does have, and which Ms. Hernandez is connected to, she's amenable, willing to do the detox with Center for Healthcare. She has a case manager there that she reaches out to and speaks with weekly. And she states that my client has good communication with her so that they can set that up with a Center for Healthcare Services. So we're respectfully requesting that she had the opportunity to do that. She's been doing great things while on bond. She's been taking her meds as directed, meeting with Center for Healthcare Services. Is currently on the list for housing and is working on getting Social Security due to a disability he has regarding mental illness. So we're respectfully requesting she be allowed to detox and then from there see what's available in the community to address her substance use as well as mental health issues.
All right, so State, are you in agreement with her going to Lifetime Recovery as a result of the violation report?
Yes, depending on results of the detox that she followed that treatment.
Okay. All right, then what we're gonna do is did they give you any information on how long they think it would take?
In terms of the detox program, Your Honor?
Yes.
I spoke with the person at Lifetime Recovery, the admissions officer. It said it usually takes about a week for them to be observed, to detox, to have a lot of the symptoms related to substance use leave the body so they can get a good assessment of the level of need. And I do know that Center for Healthcare Service does have that detox program. I don't know how long it would take for her to get into that program, but they stated it shouldn't be too difficult for her to do that. So I suggested of my client that she be proactive and reach out to her case manager immediately and ask about that detox program when she can enter into that as soon as possible.
All right, so I'm going to recall this case for February 27th. And if she's in an inpatient treatment, she can appear by Zoom.
Okay.
If she's not in an inpatient treatment, she needs to be here.
Yes,
And
sir.
with regards to the violation report, I'll follow the agreement that's been reached by parties. I'm going to order that you go to lifetime recovery. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And is there any other confusion from you on what that means?
No.
All right, so here's the thing about using. These are just facts. I'm not trying to frighten you, but you never know what you're going to get when you use. Sometimes somebody went to sleep on the job. Sometimes people didn't pass chemistry class. Sometimes people don't care. They're upset about something. They forget to do something. Don't be that person whose a body is found in a grassy area and they're trying to identify it. And then it turns out that's your body. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Lifetime is a very good program. Your counsel can tell you about that and they can really help you. All right, so once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're here requesting that the bond be reinstated?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who's the bondsman?
It is, Aladdin Bill Bonds.
All right, did you all call Aladdin to see if they want to be back on it?
They would.
No. I need, that's good.
I have not, but if there's a problem, I just need a bond set. I'll reinstate. This is my fault completely.
No. If you'll call Aladdin and see if they want to be back on the bond, then I'll reinstate the bond.
Okay.
All right, I've read your motion and I'm assuming the states you have no problem with reinstating the bond? All right, so if you want to call Aladdin, see
Yes,
if they
ma'am.
want to get back on the bond. If they say no, then I will put the bond at what it previously was.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
just have a seat.
Okay.
Sure.
Approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
I just talked with them and they are not gonna reinstate, so if you just set the bond back where it was,
Okay.
we'll take care of it. Could you waive the GPS fees on this for us?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Hernandez.
Cooper,
Oh, sorry,
that's okay.
Cooper. Yes. All right, what was her previous bond?
30,000, understand?
All right, let me look up. Yes, it was previously 20,000.
20, okay.
Yes. So, council, so this is supposed to come back on March 6th.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ferguson, if you'll make sure she has a March 6th reset form.
So cancel the contested for the bond?
He says that she's not a citizen. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. She's a British citizen.
All right, so
Get a Padilla.
we'll bring it back on March 6th, but it's
Yes.
already, it was previously set for March 6th, Norm. I don't know why there's a contestant. No, on January 30th, it's recall for March 6th, defendant not US citizen. Defense attorney to provide an immigration attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then I think her previous bond, according to this, was at 30,000 with GPS. And then somebody set it for 20,000.
Okay.
So I'll put it at the 20,000.
Yes.
And March 6th. Probation and state, March 6th is the contested date on this case. All right, anything else?
Well, just, so we're not, it's not test.
Oh, I
just to
know.
Do the Padilla.
No,
So figure out what
if
we're
for
doing.
some reason you all decide that it's not going to be contested, then it won't be contested.
So
But
just-
it's set as a contested in case things fall through and people change their mind.
And Mr. Garahan has made us, two different offers. And so once we get the Padilla letter, we'll know if we're going to, how we're gonna handle it. Okay. That's the issue.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Armando Orozco. All right, on this case, is there any applications?
No, Your Honor, there was not.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 001482W, State of Texas versus Armando Orozco Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Oh, Lauren left in for Mr. Orozco.
Andrew here, jail in the state.
And are you Mr. Orozco?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by information, you're charged with the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record. So with regards to the plea bargain, you all say there is no applications. Any objection to the court checking the box that there's no application?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. And here's the other question. You all have restitution to the complainant in this case. And I know, counsel, you had said that you all would like a restitution hearing, but if he's sentenced, they're going to take him.
Right, and we chose to kind of delay the restitution issue mostly so that we could resolve this matter today and the state could even have a chance to speak to the complainant in this case. If there's restitution owed at this point, it's unknown if there is any restitution.
All right, so he's being sentenced today, though?
We would like him to be sentenced
All
today.
right. We are back on the record. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 9 months in the state jail facility. There are no applications, and there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. And I'll also order no contact with the complainant. I mean, that's what's going to be added as a part of your sentence.
No objection.
All right. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea. Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's to be restitution, if any, to Luis Cedillo. There's to be no contact with Luis Cedillo, John Martinez, and Michael Kevin Bush Jr. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. I know there, I think, is the presumption of the 80-20 sentence in state jail cases, but in case the court needs to order that also, we would just ask that the court order the 80-20.
Well, what I will tell you, what ends up happening is I'll receive notes from the state jail facility. And if he is availing himself of the classes that are offered there and rehabilitating himself, then the court usually grants that.
Okay. And I was recently informed by another court that the client actually, when they go to classification at state jail, also needs to request it.
Yes.
And so I instructed him to do so as well.
All right. All right. Anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, ma'am.
All right. We can go off the record. You got to make better choices, or else, you know what I always tell people, and it's true. No matter what the price of eggs are, that people are saying that's too outrageous. No matter what, maybe there's not money to build a new school that people need. Maybe there's not money to pay teachers more. But guess what? Government will always find money to put people at the Bexar County Jail and put people in prison. And this whole thing where they say it's overcrowded, let me just explain to you. If you have a jail or a prison that can only hold 100 inmates, and they say if they go beyond 100, it's a violation of people's rights and it'd be overcrowded, and guess what? They're going to put 100 more in that jail. Nobody's going to say, oh, we can't put any more in this jail because that's the root. No. So if you want to be one of those people to continue to be in an overcrowded facility, that's 100% your choice. You understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I agree. Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes. Have a good one.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Manuel Herrera. All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 012060 State versus Manuel Herrera. Can I have the parties announce?
Second Galloway for the state.
Tony Hernandez on behalf of Mr. Herrera.
And are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have him.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Herrera, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, if you can have him sign, please. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceed on count 1 and wait.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand in count 1, you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count one. They're asking your punishment be assessed at 180 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. There's a $1,000 fine, no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in count one, how do you plea?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits one and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. All right, so why should I accept this? Is this 180 days judgment satisfied?
It is not, Your Honor. He has 102 actual days.
Okay, so why should I accept this offer?
Your Honor, he does have very limited adult criminal history. I believe this was his first felony. If I remember correctly, Judge. He's got a few misdemeanors, but that's about it.
All right, so how old are you?
44.
All right, I don't think 180 days is appropriate. And the reason being is because this lady comes out and her car is gone, and where her car used to be is just broken glass. I'm willing to go along with 1244 for him to be sentenced to Bear County jail time, but I don't think 180 days is appropriate.
Okay.
So,
And just so you know, he was homeless at the time and he understands that he was unauthorized. He was not authorized to use the vehicle, but he's not capable of stealing it. He said he doesn't know how to do that kind of thing. It was a broken steering column.
I should have taken it, but
And he cooperated with the officers, by the way.
yeah. I mean, well, I appreciate him cooperating with the officers, but did he really have a choice? They come upon him and the vehicle's listed as stolen.
But he does admit that he
Yeah.
he didn't have permission to drive the vehicle. He explained to the officers right away what was going
All
on.
right, and so here's the thing. I understand people are homeless, but guess what? If everybody who was homeless decide to take somebody's car without permission, and if everybody who had a vehicle were to come outside their house and where their vehicle was, there was glass, we'd be in chaos.
I showed him ticket, and it was in the alley, like I said, and it was across from a church, where a abandoned house I was
Mhm.
staying at, but
So the house where you were staying at,
it was abandoned house and it was by his church, by
Okay.
this alley, and I wish I would put in a granite thing, you don't need.
all right, I'll give him a sentence under 1244, but I'm not gonna give him 180 days. So if y'all want to discuss that,
We will do.
okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're back on the record in 2024 CR 012060, State versus Manuel Herrera. Have you all reached a new agreement?
We have, Your Honor. That's for 9 months.
All right, and what are you requesting as far as time?
9 months. In Bear County.
All right, so according to the plea bargaining agreement, then parties agree that punishment is to be assessed at 9 months in the Bear County Jail?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. As previously stated, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent, give you credit for any time served, sentence you to 9 months in the Bear County Jail on 1244. There's to be restitution, if any, to Barbara Dumit, Doumit, and no contact with Barbara Dumit. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. We can go off the record. You're gonna have to do better. Being homeless, I understand homelessness. I understand when people are hungry, they don't have enough to eat. But the answer to that can't be to break the law. I mean, in San Antonio, I know other states too, but I know definitely in San Antonio, there are free places. If you have a drug issue, they have free places. If there's a homelessness issue, I know a lot of times people don't want to stay at Haven for Hope because they feel some kind of way about it, or don't want to be at the Salvation Army because they want their own place. Or maybe if you're at the Salvation Army of Haven for Hope, sometimes people say, can't bring my pets, or people steal from me. But that doesn't mean that we descend into chaos. You understand? All right, when you're released from the Bear County Jail, if you have a problem with homelessness, if you have a problem with drug issues or mental health issues, and you can't find a place to go, if you come back here, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to help, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Judge. May I be seated?
Yes. Okay, you know what my brother sent me? Now, this is my younger brother, because my older brother is a Cowboys fan. He sent me a meme, I guess that's what it's called. And it's of,
What's up?
No. Let me show you what he sent me. And my older brother thinks it's hilarious.
Oh,
Where it's the meddling kids, they pull the mask off, and it's Dak Prescott, who was the Chiefs quarterback. I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. But you lie, I'm on YouTube. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
but here's the thing.
Right.
Do
Can't
you
see what
know
I'm
now, there's a new scam out where
Another
people
new
are sending
scam?
you text messages saying that you owe a bill and you want to click on the link. So I just got a text message saying I owe a bill and they want me to click on the link. So here's my question. Knowing what I know about the scam and knowing that I do not have any money, should I click on this link? So let's vote on it. Should I click on the link?
No, Judge. No.
Not gonna do it. But you know what? I am gonna call the number. Just,
So
I
many
mean,
scams.
you never know. You never know. Maybe I have won $1 million.
Too many scams. I can't keep up. So, well, I saw Steven on the, Steven from Dango. He was on a halftime show. Steven, what's Steven? Who plays Steven in Dango? It's called
Stephen who?
Steven from Dango. When he said, Steven, you leaving?
But let me ask you this.
Here, we call.
You're usually in Dallas in November. Now that everything is going to be released, are you still going back to
Well,
Dallas?
it still depends. I have to see it.
We have to see it.
I may have to take a mecca back to Dallas just to make sure everything is there with all the other folks. We have
All right, Cornelius, please don't get too close to the truth. I would hate to, you know what? Deputy Laura, I think they need to start a Lifetime movie. You know, they say Lifetime movies, Suffering Women's Channel. They need to start a Suffering Men's Channel. And then I don't want to have a law named after you, Cornelius, the Cornelius Cox Law.
Yeah, he went to see what happened in Dallas and he never heard from him again.
Well, I'll send Mr. Goins and Renee to find you.
Never heard from him again.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to take up the next case as soon as the court reporter gets water.
Sure.
But
If you hear something in Morse code, ping, ping, dum, ping, dots, then you know that I'm somewhere in Morse code and I'm trying to get help.
let me just tell you, if it's a Lifetime movie and you're doing Morse code, you know what my role is going to be? Does anybody hear anything? And then Deputy Laura and everybody's going to say, no, Judge, nobody hears anything.
On your computer, you can see that dot and dash. What is this for?
I'm going to call IT to come over.
Dot and dash. Hey, he's been trying to tell us something for the last
3
15
years. But if you do that, IT may come over and just say, we're going to get you a new computer.
Who's that movie? The guy from Texas that played golf at the game. What's his name? McConaughey plays with this group, this science fiction.
Matthew McConaughey was in a science fiction movie?
Interstellar?
Is it Interstellar?
Interstellar.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Oh, Judge.
Do I need to watch that? Okay, I'm telling you right now, if you say I need to watch that, I'm in the twilight of my life. When I give up an hour and 30 minutes, I can't get it back.
He's deep. That's what when I said Morse code, dots and the dash. So
Renee, have you seen Interstellar?
On and off, not really big into science fiction, but my wife is, and she loves it. Yeah, it's a good movie.
So if I only had an hour and 30 minutes left in my lifespan, and I've already spent it with all of my family, and I just have an hour and 30 minutes just to throw away, should I watch Interstellar?
No, because it's 2.5 hour movie.
All right, thank you. So let's say I have 2.5 hours left. Should I watch it?
Do you have any other option?
No other options, just that, or either sit and drink lemonade.
Sometimes like,
You can drink lemonade while you watch the movie, so watch it.
You can watch the trailer, Judge, and see if you like it from there.
Good.
Yeah.
A lot of, good, a lot of nickel, good, a lot of nickel. If you know what that means, you need to watch that stuff.
Wait,
Good.
what you say?
Good.
Flat tube.
Oh, plastic, I'm sorry.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Plastic, a lot of nickel.
All of these sci-fi movies are just a ripoff of Star Trek.
But that was before Star Trek.
No, not the Interstellar movie.
No, the flat tube, a lot of nickel, that was before.
Okay.
We're right here, we're right here.
You and Andrew are right there, but Andrew would not be able to survive a zombie apocalypse. So what does that mean? There are only a few people who would survive the zombie apocalypse. Deputy Laura is one of them.
So the guy will act it too.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012461 State versus Miguel Ayala. If I could have parties announced for the record for the state. Defense,
Michael Dwight going to the defense, Your Honor.
and are you Miguel Ayala?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand your charge of forgery of a financial instrument as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at $1,000 fine, probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. Is there any restitution?
No, no.
All right. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be granted for a term of 4 years. There'll be 100 hours of community service restitution and no contact with Broadway Bank. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea?
Contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sure.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this has taken a little over 2.5 years to get this completed. My client's been on pretrial conditions this entire time. He understands the ramifications if he were to violate his deferred adjudicated probation.
All right, and the other identifications that he had that were not his, what is happening with that?
Two of those cards are actually my card that I use for my music. Like I have a band, so I have separate cards for that. So 2 of those are not. One of them, my friends give it to me. I make guitar picks. I card that I find with them. I cut them into guitar picks to play guitar.
I'm sorry, what?
I play guitar, so I put them into guitar picks. You know, like so. One of those cards is a friend of mine. He gave like he didn't use his cash app anymore. He gave me his cards so I could put it into guitar picks. 2 of those.
Wait, I still don't understand. So he can cut them and do what?
Guitar picks, Your Guitar Honor, picks. to play guitar with. It's like a whole.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying.
There's like a whole bunch of like guitar shaped whole bunch of guitar and guitar for guitar picks.
Okay, so why did you do this?
Which part?
The forging a commercial instrument part?
Was this COVID, I lost my job due to COVID, and then like I had bad breakup, and I just kind of like lost everything pretty much. I was like really like I just needed money at the moment. And my son's birthday was coming at the time, so I just did something stupid. I never done anything like that before. I just went for it because I might work. It didn't work out in my favor, obviously. And plus, I used to drink then, and I don't drink at all anymore. I haven't drank since September 2022 or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's another thing.
Which is date of the off, that's the date of the offense, I believe.
So I don't understand why people, when they hit upon hard times, they feel as though the fallback is, let me just steal. And what I can tell you about banks is they always keep track of their money. Even if once upon a time, my mom went to the bank and she called me and she said, they didn't give me the right amount of money back. They shortchanged me. And I said, Mom, don't worry. They're gonna know they shortchange you. They keep track of their money so well. And you know what ended up happening? They ended up getting on the phone and calling her and saying, we're so sorry, we shortchanged you. And guess what? Banks. I haven't worked at a bank, so I don't know how they do it. But if someone is overpaid or if someone is shortchanged, they immediately will know it and they'll immediately know which cashier it was and when it went missing. Now, I've worked at retail stores before. They'll be able to tell you which shift it is on, but they wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you it was cashier Boyd or cashier Jones. They'll be able to tell you during this time frame, that's when the register is short. Normally, they would make you close out your register and bring on the second person. So this made no sense. And then the other person that you took it from, they were waiting for that.
I mean, I didn't even.
Think about that.
Yeah, because I've never done anything like that, so I just went for, like, I didn't even think about like the whole like having the money or how like doing their accounts or anything, any of that stuff.
Here's the thing, when you're thinking about doing illegal things, start thinking about the person who is going to impact.
Yeah.
Right? And I always tell people all the time, because this is what my mom told me, my grandmother would always tell me, you can't build your happiness off somebody else's misery. And you were making that lady miserable. All right, 4 years deferred adjudication. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. If you were given a urinalysis today, what would the results be?
Probably dirty.
For what?
Wrong.
And what else? All right, there's going to be regular UAs, tests for levels. You're not allowed to use marijuana or drink alcohol while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Sure.
There's to be no contact with Broadway Bank. Do you bank at Broadway?
No, I used to check us. Yeah.
All right. 100 hours of community service restitution. How old are your children? Or do you just have one? Okay. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, community supervision. I'm sorry, the community service restitution hours will be waived. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. A TAP evaluation out of custody and 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Probation. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you need something, let probation know. Your marijuana levels, they're going to test you and get a baseline. After that, your levels should be going down because you should stop using. If your levels rise, I'm going to get a report and I'm going to bring you back in here to discuss why your levels are going up. Do you understand?
Yes, right.
If you talk to probation and you need anything, just let them know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me, okay? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Just need to see the CLO on the way, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Not excuse, Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you.
good seeing you.
Good seeing you too.
And Ms. Abrams, follow TAP results, but if they recommend inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment.